Welcome to Inside the Actor's Studio. I'm Julia Channing, filling in for James Lipton. Today's special guest is a renowned artist in the small school community called Deer Park in Austin, Texas. Let's get right to it, shall we? Welcome, Paige.
Thank you, Julia. I'm really excited to be here. I'm especially excited about the 2012-2013 school year.
Paige, tell me, what is your favorite word?
My favorite word, I'd have to say loquacious. I think it's really fun to say. Loquacious means talkative. I'm very talkative, and my students are very talkative. Sometimes their loquacious nature actually frustrates me, but it's my nature too, so it's something that we share. But loquacious.
Interesting. Paige, what is your least favorite word?
My least favorite word would have to be the word can't. Can't usually just means I won't and I won't try, and that frustrates me because I believe every student can. And I want them to be successful, and I'm here to help them be successful. So the word can't is my least favorite word.
Interesting. Paige, what is your favorite sound or noise?
The sound or noise that I love has to be laughter. I love making people laugh. I love laughing with people. There's scientific proof that shows that laughter multiple times a day makes you live a longer and happier life. And so my favorite sound is definitely laughter.
Interesting. Paige, what sound or noise do you loathe?
The sound that I loathe would have to be bullying. Anytime students, teachers, people in general are derogatory towards each other, I'm offended. I become defensive and frustrated. I think there's no reason for it. Life is too short not to practice kindness every day in every way. So I'd say bullying is definitely my least favorite sound.
Interesting. Paige, what are some of your favorite things?
Well, it's funny you should ask, Julia. I happen to have two of my very favorite things right here in the studio with us. This is Sable. She is my oldest black toy poodle, and she's a little bit grouchy because she's up here with her brother, but that's one of my favorite things. My other favorite thing is Gigs, who, he's so sweet and he loves to give kisses, and we always have to keep him wearing shirts. This is his football jersey because he has really bad allergies, and so he has a whole different wardrobe. I like to dress up my poodle. Sable's growling because she doesn't want to be near Gigs. Some of my other favorite things would be photography. I love photography. Here's some pictures from my wedding actually behind me, and I love to take pictures myself. Broadway musicals and plays, hands down, one of my all-time favorite things, especially New York City. I actually even have an autographed poster here from James Earl Jones in Driving Miss Daisy. I saw that a couple years ago on Broadway. As you know, James Earl Jones is the voice of Darth Vader, so it's pretty cool. I love to travel. I love reading. And then, of course, my all-time favorite thing would have to be my husband. He is from Bosnia, and that's why I have a crazy last name, Haji Selimovic. He was actually forced out of Bosnia During the Bosnian War in the early 1990s, he was forced from his home, and he had to move to Germany, and then he was forced from Germany, and that's when he came to the United States. And he is one of the most positive people I know. I admire him. He's my hero, and he is definitely my favorite thing out of everything. So
interesting. Paige, what are some of the reasons you teach?
Some of the reasons I teach. A lot of students don't realize it, but I struggled in school myself. I have several different learning disabilities, and it took me a long time to even learn how to read. So one of the reasons that I teach is because I want to help students who are like me and they struggle in school. And theater is a way for them to have fun in school and be successful at something that isn't always academic. It also helps build your academic skills so that you can be better in math and science, in English and social studies. And I think that's really, really important. Some other reasons I teach are just, I have a heart for students. I love kids, always have. I've always wanted to be a teacher. I love theater too, and am a trained actress, but I'm also a trained educator. I was a double major in college, so I always wanted to do both things. And I think the opportunity to work with students every day, inspire them, learn about their families is, it's a gift to me. And I couldn't be luckier than to be a teacher in this day and age.
Interesting. Paige, will you treat students fairly?
Will I treat students fairly? I certainly think I do. I think that there's going to be times that my students and I don't agree on what the word fair means. For instance, if a student breaks an expectation or breaks a rule, there will be a consequence. And sometimes students don't feel like that's fair, but I do think it's necessary in order for the classroom to run smoothly. And everyone deserves the opportunity to learn. That means that I do have to enforce the expectations and the rules. But I will do my best to make sure that I'm enforcing the same rules and expectations for every student, and I don't play favorites or anything like that. So I'm going to do my best to treat students fairly and the way that I would want to be treated.
Interesting. Paige, if heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Wow, that's one of James Lipton's favorite questions. Pretty deep there, Julia. I think I would just want God to give me a big high five and like, you did it, and that would be awesome. I'd be honored to get to the pearly gates at all. I hope he says job well done, gives me a big high five, and then I get an awesome pink mansion in the sky. I would like a pink one, please. So.
Interesting. Thank you, Paige. I wish you all the best for the 2012-2013 school year. Next week, I'll be interviewing Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. Stay dramatic, friends.